most famous physical therapist on the internet.
All right, hi folks, I'm Bob Shaw, physical therapist.
Brad Heine, physical
Guess
therapist.
we are the most famous physical therapist on the internet.
In our opinion, of course.
Speaking of which, should you become a physical therapist? We're going to discuss personality fit, salary, and job availability.
What really more do you need? That should help you
make the decision.
There you go.
By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you want to join us on our social media channels and also our website, bobandbrad.com, because we're always giving something away. Right now, we're giving away 2 of the Renpho Massage Guns. These are high-end machines.
Yeah.
I mean, brushless motors.
Yeah.
I always love that.
DC brushless is
DC
even
brushless.
more technical. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like a
big deal.
DeWalt or something. All right. You can also find it on Facebook, Bob and Brad. It'll be pinned to the top of the page. Short version of us. Go to Instagram or Twitter. 60-second. That's all you have to put up with us each day.
Right. All right, Bob. You know, this is something that we're experts in.
Yeah, I would say. And also, we actually get a fair amount of questions on this.
We do. Right.
And
yes.
right now I have two neighbor kids became physical therapists. Well, one's currently in school,
right,
and the other one, and I helped both of them.
You did?
Yeah, I helped
with their homework?
With their paper,
oh.
You know, with the initial paper, why
sure.
you want to be a physical therapist. I just told them what to say, and
yeah.
But I also have a nephew that's going into it now too.
Well, you didn't stop him yet, huh?
No, I haven't been able to convince him to stop.
All right. Well, first of all, if we get more serious about this, if you are interested in becoming a physical therapist and you're not sure, some of these questions are, first of all, jobs. It's kind of important. Is there some jobs
kidding.
out there?
My daughter, when she was going to college, she wanted to become an editor. I go, look right now and see how many jobs there are for being an editor.
Yeah.
In a dying field, basically, to some extent. And she couldn't find any. And I go, well, do you want to find that out now, or do you want to find that out after you get out of school?
Right.
So, yeah, there's availability of jobs, aren't there?
There are. You may have to relocate if you want to get something right after school. But, you know, I don't even think you may have to wait a little bit, depending on your location, but you're going to get a job. It's there.
Yeah, I've been in the field for 30 some years now, and it's almost been a shortage most of the time.
Right.
And it doesn't seem to me like a job that's going to get replaced by technology. Does it to you? I mean, it's too much hands-on. It's not like a radiologist, which seems like that field is going away because computers are doing a better job.
And there's such a wide variety. I mean, you can go anywhere from rehab, outpatient, orthopedic, geriatric, pediatric, industrial, sports. Did I say sports already?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and of course, YouTube. They have the demand for physical therapists.
Now, I would say, like with industrial, some of that you can actually start your own business even. You can work
sure.
We did a little bit of that.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's one of those things that is really nice for the entrepreneurial.
And sports, if you want to look at high-end sports, like working with an NFL team, a lot of times those are physical therapists and athletic trainers combined.
Right.
I mean, they have both degrees.
Yep. They always have a lot of credentials, CSCS,
right,
and all those things. But yeah, so it really does open up a lot of opportunity out there. As far as salary, you know, it's good salary. It's not like you're going into business or an engineering.
Right.
You're not going to make that kind of money, but you're definitely going to survive, and you'll do well.
Yeah, it's I mean, it can range a lot. I mean, starting can be maybe 50 some a year, up to, you know, you can make 90 a year,
right?
Depending where you are and what, you know, if you're going to be a traveling therapist.
I think that's going to be the most, and by quite a bit more. But you have to travel to a different location, and it may not be the funnest location. It may not be your choice. It's not like you can go to Hawaii and.
So yeah, traveling. A lot of times there'll be areas where they just don't have therapists at all, so they'll pay people to come and, you know, live there for like 3 months. My daughter's doing this right now in speech therapy.
Yeah, it could be 3-6 months.
Right.
They'll oftentimes pay your hotel or your wherever you're living expenses, a little stipend for food, and a good wage on top of that.
Well, my daughter, she actually she was at a school. It was a really bad school, unfortunately. But they constantly used travelers because they couldn't find regular therapists.
Sure.
I mean, they went from year to year to year. I mean, you could. Some of them worked for 5 years there as a traveling therapist.
Right.
And so they basically lived there.
So And that's going to be a certain population. I would have done that when I was in my 20s, you
Oh,
know,
sure.
but
Right.
not now, of
Right.
course.
When you have no ties to anything,
Right. Yep. And you're
it's a
kind
great
of.
way to see the country
Hmm.
and make some money while you're at it.
Exactly. So, but most importantly, Bob, I think, do you have the right personality fit to be a physical therapist? And I
Right.
think we got a list here. And I really think if you answer yes to all these, you're a pretty good candidate for a physical therapist.
Sure.
If there's someone that's like, no, that's not me, you may not be a good fit. For example, the first one is you really have to be sincere, desire to help people out,
Right.
and not just people you like. It needs to all people of
Yeah,
all
because you're gonna.
different sizes and shapes, and it can be tough when you're in you're in the clinic and someone comes in and they're not a nice person. They don't
Right.
talk to you nice. They're kind of grumpy or whatever it may be, and you have to
Or
sincerely want to help
if
them.
you're in a nursing home, and a lot of times people, when they've been beaten down by life and they've dealing
Mm,
with a lot of medical issues, they're not in the best mood,
right,
and that's where it becomes a challenge to me
right.
and you too. Where sometimes you start to bring out that personality by joking around a little bit,
Yep,
and
exactly. And it all
so
falls into place. And then, once you
right.
get to know the person, it's like, wow, this
Well, this
is
is a way different person.
right, exactly.
So
So yeah, and this to help people, and when you do find you get someone and you get them going and you get rid of their pain, they're moving, they're happy. It's like, oh, that's one of
that's
the best feelings
it
in the
is a good
world.
feeling. Whenever I feel a little bit stressed out, when I work in the clinic or work with patients, that all goes away. It
Sure.
just does. I mean, you're helping someone. You feel good about
Yeah.
yourself. It's a way to calm me down.
Exactly.
So
Yep. And then you have to be able to take some losses where
right.
you get someone that you cannot get them better and you send them
Y-
on. Or I know just last week I had a just person I really enjoyed working with, and she died.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and there
That's
that's going
part
to
of it
happen too.
in the geriatric field,
Yep,
unfortunately.
yep. So, anyways, that's important. Next one, you need to be, and this all interrelates, is you need to be an outgoing person. If you're an introvert, you don't care to get out in
Brad,
the
by the way,
circle.
I'm an introvert.
You are.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
So
Bob. Why, Bob?
and
Why?
that shows you because you're not an introvert. You don't understand what an introvert is. An
Okay.
introvert, when they work with people, it does take the energy out of them,
Yeah.
and their energy comes back when they're alone. Doesn't mean I don't like to work with people. I love working with people, but
Oh,
it is harder on me. You know what I mean?
it
It
is.
takes more energy from me.
Oh.
So
Well, okay, you can be an introvert if you're like Bob. But if you like to work by yourself in a desk, you know.
right, and that's a good point because we had a girl in my class, my physical therapy class.
Mhm.
The first year was all academic, and she was top of the class,
Yep.
4 point probably something even.
Yeah.
I mean, and the second year, she literally could not work with patients. I mean, and she ended up quitting the program,
Sure. Well,
and she needed to be in a lab or something
yep.
like that.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah. If you don't like to work with people, I think that's what you're saying.
Right. And a
Uh,
variety of people, and
yeah,
then be cheerful with them. And
right.
even if you're not, you're having a bad day, you got to fake it.
Yeah,
Or take the energy from your patients and make it grow. And sometimes it's the other way around. They're grumpy and you got to give them your energy, and it becomes a real growthful, a nice situation.
right.
You're trying to make the
Yeah.
best out of
Well,
a
I think
tough thing.
we always don't get our patients to be better. I mean,
Yeah.
but I always can make them feel better in my
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
You can always accomplish that part of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And there can be uneasy situations you got to get through. I know I was telling you just a
yeah,
couple
you just
months
had one
ago, I
recently.
had a patient come in and he was drunk. He had alcohol in his breath and he got ornery with me and he left upset. I was
Upset too.
well, I was concerned for he was a
Yeah.
big guy.
Oh,
He was
sure.
mad at me and because he wanted me to do something he thought he was going to get fixed and I couldn't. It was a real bad situation.
Right.
That's an
Right.
extreme. That's only happened once in 24 years.
Yeah.
So
So that's amazing, isn't it?
yeah.
Um,
Positive.
yeah.
And you really need to be a positive person. Think positive, be positive, and let that rub off on your patients. Because there's so much of getting well for the patient is to feel good and to feel like they have an opportunity to improve. I just worked with an ankle person, and the doctor said, talking surgery, and I looked at his ankle and I said, looked at the range of motion. We had a video on that, and he left and he said, "I just feel so much better now." I
Right.
says,
And no
"I have hope."
surgery.
Yeah. I says,
Yeah.
I know that there's a possibility I can get through this. I just need to do my homework, and it made all the difference in the world.
I'm gonna throw in something else here, Brad.
Hmm.
You know, for me, it was I love understanding how the body works.
Sure.
I loved athletics.
Yep.
I loved working out.
Yep.
To me, that's a good personality fit for being a
Right,
therapist. Wouldn't you say?
exactly.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because I didn't get into those till I was 29 when I went back to school, but I didn't even know what a physical therapist was. But I was in karate for a number of years, and I
sure.
always knew that my back and my body felt better after I do my stretches and my exercises. And like you, I've always physical, and I
Yeah.
appreciated that. And then I decided I want to know why this makes me feel better, and maybe I can help some other people in the same manner.
And that seemed like majority of the people in my class really liked athletics and
Yep.
liked understanding how the body worked. Yeah, so I think that's not absolute reason why you're going to go through, but I think it plays a big role.
Well, yeah, at least you need to be intrigued by it and interested by the body, how it works, and all the gyrations with movement, and why certain movements make you feel good, and other ones,
Sure,
ouch, stay
sure.
away from them. And then, last but not least, our school. You got to be
Yeah,
prepared, and now it's a doctorate program,
yeah,
so you're probably going to go 6 to 7 years of school.
yeah.
So save your money.
You got to save your money. You got to to some extent like school.
Yeah.
You can't suck it up for that long unless you like school a little bit. So I think in the end, it's a good lifestyle choice.
Yeah.
It's a good, a lot of times you're home at night. You're not, I thought it was an easy way to raise a family
Yep.
as a physical therapist.
Yep.
So
Yeah. You can help your kids out when they get injured.
yeah,
you
that's
know.
right. Help the whole cross country team many times. So, all right. Thanks everybody for watching.
Good luck. I hope we did something right.